Welcome back, everybody. Well, it's been a while since I showed you my first editions. I've collected 4 years worth of first editions. Now I have showed you 98, 99, and 2000. And the last full year I collected all the first editions was 2001. And I like to collect the cars I like. And as you can see, and as you'll see from this video, there were a lot more fantasy castings issued. Some were pretty cool, but a lot of them were fantasy castings in later years that they put out. But this is a very cool one here, which is the Cadillac LMP Le Mans prototype. And it's very cool to see this racing at Le Mans and 24 Hours of Daytona and other endurance racing series. So very cool car. And they have their sponsors tampos on there, you know, Cadillac symbol, whatnot, just like the real car had. So that's very cool there. Love that one. So number one, and then number two, well, they came out with a fantasy casting, and they just call it bus. And no, it's pretty cool. It's a retro style bus, you know, with a simulated wood grain, hot rodded engine, and those are surfboards sticking out the back. So it's pretty cool casting, and they're still issuing this one. And so pretty nice. So number two, I won't have room to show them all, but I'll show them as I pull them off the pile here. And this is very cool too, La Troca, which they're still making now. Except this one, the visor is actually a separate piece. So for you guys who have customized these, you'll know that. And you can use that for another model, I guess. But very cool. Love the metallic red paint. And very simple graphics on it. But nice gold chrome. So love that one. And then, well, this is called So Fast. It is based on I'd say a 34 Ford, 33 Ford maybe. And the roof panel lifts up. It hinges in the back, so you can see the engine and the interior. Very cool casting. And that would be the track T nose that would be used in racing, but also land speed racing, whatnot. So that's very cool. And then here's another fantasy casting. And this one is super tuned. Now it's a pickup truck. Got this tonneau cover with a big wing on the back. And so pretty cool there. There are other editions of this that are pretty cool to collect. So nicely done. And here's another hot rod, and it's called Hooligan. Now this is based on I guess a 32 Ford pickup truck. No windshield, and you got the cool engine from what you can see inside there, flames, so that's pretty cool. Gas tank in the back. Nothing too fancy, but still cool casting if you like hot rods. It's got a metal chassis on it, plastic fenders, metal body. Put that one over there. And then another fantasy casting, which is Crazy 8, which has, what, 4 V8 engines in it. That's what's so crazy about it. And the driver sits out front. Metal chassis, blue portions metal, and the rest is all plastic, but kind of cool there. And another fantasy casting. This one is Miss T Suzuka. Okay. Kind of a Mitsubishi maybe? I don't know. Not a Suzuki. But pretty cool. And I like it. So there's that. And then we have another Panos LMP1 Roadster S. And this would go along with the Cadillac. And Panos was a small company, but they built some cool sports cars. And of course they went racing. So that's pretty cool too. And let's see, we're up to number 10. Another fantasy casting, the Speedster. This is actually pretty cool. I like it. Right? This big crazy wing and fender and whatnot, but I think it's pretty cool. So there's that one. And then we go to number 11, which is very cool, the Dodge Viper GTR or GTSR. And this would be the last styling of the Viper. And I'm not sure if this is the actual GTSR or if this is the concept version. Let's see. Well, it is the racing version. So that is really sweet. With silver stripes. Excuse the lighting here. I thought I had enough lights on, but we'll get through this. And another fantasy casting. Wow. Now these are cool, and I like them, but just, I don't know. I want real cars, and there's lots of cars that Hot Wheels can produce. But it's very cool, you know. It's another one of these wild, futuristic looking designs. And then we go to a Lotus M250. And very cool casting here. Black portion is part of the chassis there, but very cool. And this one was in a super treasure hunt, so that's nice. And another very cool one. Gotta love this one. This is one of my favorite Mopars, 71 Plymouth GTX. And this one's been, well, issued in premium. It's been in a super treasure hunt. Lots of cool series, so this is very cool casting here. So we got two Chrysler products. And this one is one of my favorites, the Honda Civic Si. Excellent casting. Now they redid this casting a year or two ago. And this is pretty cool, first edition. So love that one. And then we go to, well, number 16. And here's another fantasy casting, but this is very cool. Based on a Cadillac. It's the Evil Twin. Well, it's got the twin engines in it. Very cool custom. And another fantasy casting. Hypermite. Okay, well, it's cool. I like it, but it's pretty crazy. So, anyways, but I was collecting all the first editions, so I had to get it. And here's another one. This is Outsider. Well, this is actually a real racing series, sidecar racing, where this guy actually controls how much the bike leans in the corners and helps the vehicle go faster around corners. But pretty cool there. And another fantasy casting. This is Monoposto. So pretty cool. I mean, at least they were making them as possible real cars. You know, you could definitely make one of these into a real car. You know, that'd be pretty wild. That'd be silly. Here's another one. Vulture Roadster. Oh my goodness. Okay, the imagination was running pretty wild at Hot Wheels at this time. So that's kind of cool. So there's that one. Let's get that. Oh, well, we still have lots more here to go. Another fantasy casting, but this is Fright Bike. And you see the silver portion there, that's actually the wheelie bar. So when you take it out of the package, you flip it backwards. And that makes the vehicle is twice as long as it is. It's got a plastic body on it, and the engine and chassis are metal. So you see the silver portion there, and then you got the fairing, and that's one pretty wild bike. So we'll put this one over here. I don't know if this is all going to stay, but guess what? Jet Threat 3.0. Now that is a crazy looking vehicle. Got a couple of jet engines on it. Got the wings, the afterburners. So it is pretty cool. And then we have Montezuma, which is actually a Monte Carlo. It's a lowrider version. So very cool there. So cool custom interior. Get this right here. See, so look at that. Anyways, put that one there. I might run out of room here, but here's another very cool Toyota Celica. Now, that one looks pretty close to scale, and then this one, well, it's pretty close, but I guess a lot of the fantasy casting designers designed some of the real cars too. So it's not exactly proportionate or scale accurate or whatnot, I don't know, but it's still very cool nonetheless. So I do like that one. Stand up there. And then another one, well, this isn't a fantasy casting, it's a Ford Focus, and it's a racing version, a drag racing version. It's got the Meguiar's paint livery on it. This big wing on the back, and it should have big fat tires up front because they were front wheel drive drag racers. And so that's pretty cool. And now we have another Mega Duty, it's called. And okay, fantasy casting, but kind of a cool truck casting. The window's red, so that's why the headlights are red. And metal chassis, nicely detailed. Silver portion's metal, black is plastic. So, cool enough truck. Of course, I haven't seen that around for a while. And here is another racing car. The Riley and Scott Mark III. Another cool Le Mans or endurance racing vehicle. So pretty cool. And this is actually based on a real race team, a real race car, so very cool. Oop. Put that there. Okay, and another fantasy casting, which is excessive. And as you can see, the body actually twists in the middle. So it can really go over some extreme rocks and terrain. And so it's pretty cool. Of course, I haven't seen this one issued for a while. No, it's got metal chassis and plastic body. But overall, pretty cool. I mean, after 98, 99, 2000, all the first editions they came out with, then they had to do a bunch of fantasy castings just to fill all 36 slots, I guess. But this is very cool. It's called Old Number 3. It's based on an old Indy race car. So that is pretty cool. So I love that one. And it's got a metal chassis on it, metal body. So very nice there. Put that over here. Okay, we got them building up here, and now we have the Ferrari 156, and this is a very cool little casting. Metal chassis, metal body, very nicely done. So gotta love that one. Got enough room to stick that one right there. And another real one is the Cunningham C4r. And this was a small race team, small builder that came up with a car that was very competitive. That's very nice. The Hot Wheels did a model of this one. I'd like to see it back in the lineup. A premium version would be very cool. So let's just put that right here. And back to fantasy. Well, this is 57 Chevy, so it's a heavily customized Roadster 1957. So this is plausible, right? Metal chassis, metal body, cool interior, engine sticking through the roof, the hood. But overall, this is actually pretty decent looking all casting. It's got the small tiny wheels that they came out with, and they used it on the go-kart that they had. And the go-kart was a first edition 1 or 2 years back. And well, scooters were very popular, and then with engines on them, Mo Scoot. That's pretty cool. So it does fold there. There is, I think there is a hinge, yeah, so you can fold the steering arm and whatnot back, fold it down, but okay. And there's the metal portion on the bottom, and all the rest, well, the fork, I guess, that's metal, but all the rest is plastic. But still pretty cool. And then we get down to the last three. And let's see, they're starting to fall apart here. So the last three are all real cars, and this is very cool. So we have the Ford Thunderbolt, and I don't know if that's an actual livery. Well, that's actually the Hugh Reelman. That's a Hot Wheels designer, but very cool. So of course, love that one. So very nice casting. So we'll have to throw that one over here. And then we got the Moore's wagon. And very nice, hot rodded version. 2 parachutes on the back, metal chassis. Black portions metal, and this woody part is plastic. But still very cool. Great big engine in there. So that's a cool casting. Then the last one, number 36, is Fandango. And it's a Dodge Durango. So a play on the word, Fandango. And they didn't make a panel version, but it would sure be cool if they did. So there you go. That's all 36 first editions. Hope you enjoy these. Hope you checked out the other first editions that I showed you. So thank you very much for watching. And I'll catch you in the next one.